What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, fixed air moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. I appreciate you all. Hope everybody's week's off to a good start. It is election day in the United States, so definitely interesting with Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn. Very interesting election. It's probably going to be weird. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it all. I'm, I don't really care. Anyways, as we look at this Tuesday in our, in the astrology and the horoscope and how we can use that in our own lives, this is what I'm going to give for you. We're going to have a moon that's going to start off in Sagittarius. It is going to start off squaring Neptune in Pisces, which can bring some sensitivity into our life, but definitely, maybe some emotional confusion, maybe some like anxieties that we're trying to understand and see kind of where the path's taking us right now. But does kind of feel like a little bit of uncertainty, maybe rolling out of bed. But as the moon comes into Capricorn, I do think we, get some more structure to the day and kind of start to focus in on different things that we want to achieve or go after in life. And hopefully we're able to kind of focus our personal lives with the moon here onto what we're trying to build right now and how to stay persistent and kind of be on our game. The moon's disposited by this Saturn in Pisces, of course, and the sun's in Scorpio is coming off a trine to that. So I think there's just a lot of like deep empowerment that we can find right now. And I think if we're able to like really hone in on what's really important and kind of, stay in tune with what's important for our own growth and being mature, we're definitely going to have a better, a better day. And we're just going to feel like we can take on the necessary responsibilities to get us there and maybe shake off some sensitivities or some unsureties, but kind of like find like a really good grounding force just within like our own desires. And speaking of desires, we got Mars in Leo, and it's starting to make really good aspects to the North Node in Aries with a trine, even the South Node in Libra. And this is the first time in a long time that we've had like good aspects with Mars to the North Node, which is being disposited by that Mars. So like there is just so much to identify right now within ourselves and our own creative force, and to really use this passion with the opposition to Pluto in ways that are like structured for how we're trying to empower ourselves and where we can go and what we can do and what we can build. Even Venus in Sagittarius wants to like open some big doors coming off the opposition to Jupiter and starting to also quincunx over to Uranus, and the moon's going to quincunx Mars. So there's definitely like, some unsurety, if you will. I think that that's okay, but it's like helping us find more of what inside of us is trying to find that grit, but also our own uniqueness and our own freedom to kind of put our intended focus on things that really matter to us internally, into our own growth, into our own relationships, into our own identities, and like what is really key for us right now to show and to build off of and to use in our personal lives. So definitely some good things there. The moon will square the nodes. I'll clean this up a little bit because they get kind of dirty real quick here. But the moon's going to square these nodes as well this afternoon. And, it puts some good focus on, of course, our relationships and what has like long-term potential. And are we really identified with our own imbalances? So it's like finding our own imbalances and like identifying certain situations within ourselves so that we can be more on top of our game and on top of what we're trying to do. But also like what's up with the other people in our life? Are they balanced? Are our relationships balanced? Do they have this potential long term? Are we building something that can kind of go the distance? And I think that's even where like the sun trine Saturn plays a role too. It's like, are these mergers in our life, do they have sort of a fated destination? Or has Scorpio season, has they have things run their course? Is the expiration, done for? So yeah, I would say with like Venus here in Sag, we're definitely seeing where stories are going with people, places and things. Could, be the start of really understanding what is meant to be part of our destiny, who is meant to kind of walk this path, walk this journey with us. So it is a very interesting time for relationships. So you might, I don't know. You might feel blocked from getting what you want, or you might feel like you're getting exactly what you want out of life right now. And either way, whether you're blocked from it, it's because it wasn't meant to be there in the first place. And if you feel like you're really getting what you want to build off those things and kind of shine in the identification of what's showing up in your life. So I would say that today is a really good opportunity to kind of be like that check on ourselves, and see if we're building the right connections, the right relationships, the right structure within ourself even to relate to the external world better. Um, and to not get thrown for a loop if things don't go our way. It's kind of funny, like Mars opposite Pluto here in Scorpio seasons, like not everything's going to go our way. We're not always going to get what we want. And I think how we find the emotional maturity with the moon in Capricorn is everything right now, because it's going to balance imbalances and it's going to make things much more identified and clear. And we could be a sensitive baby about certain things that don't go our way, or we can kind of just also suck it up and get on with life and put our focused intent on things that we want to create and things that we want to amplify. And also, I think remembering too, with Mercury here at 4 degrees of Sagittarius, and we'll, get really close to 5 degrees, that when it comes to 6 degrees, it'll enter pre-retrograde shadow here in its detriment position of Sagittarius, and it will start to oppose, the ruler of Sag over the course of the next couple weeks. So very interesting mindset is going to play a big role in everything right now that we do. And if we're able to sort of consolidate, but also look at the big picture of things and to not get so lost in the endings, but to get, excited for the beginnings, to get excited for the detours, and to be mutable and flexible with our mind so that we can kind of see things and feel things in a more positive note of what we're trying to build on and create, and definitely finding new levels of maturity within ourselves. So pretty cool. We definitely want to have some structure dialed in to our inner worlds in this time, because it could definitely get weird out there. I'm not going to lie. Been kind of saying that this election is going to be weird, and here we are the day of. So I think some weird stuff's going to happen because the astrology is so intense, and because of where these outer planets are, and what's going to like show up next year with these big ingresses with Pluto in Aquarius, Neptune in Aries, Uranus in Gemini. I feel like this election is a catalyst for a lot of those transits, which brought on wars in the United States. So we'll see. But kind of dig this chart for like personal accountability and responsibility and staying focused on what you're trying to build in your life, because that's what's most important. Believe it or not, you and what you do with your life is more important than who the president of the United States is. We got the 10 of Swords in reverse. I love getting this card in reverse, actually, because instead of feeling like we're just stabbed in the back and dead and beat down in some kind of like mental hell, we're actually, in a place where our mindset is everything, and we can kind of choose if we're starting something beautiful in life and realizing that some things do die and they need to just bleed out on the ground and go away, and we got to just figure it out, instead of getting just stuck in patterns too of like whatever kind of mental mindset is not working, but finding like different ways to expand our consciousness and to expand our creativity in ways that, are ultimately going to help us continuously build and grow and be disciplined and dedicated for different goals and achievements that we want to have in life. I love you all very much. I will see you all mañana. Bless you all. Much love. Peace.